Welcome to bor-dok-blar-gong-din. I'll include the name in Thai text in the video description. If you want to come here, you can cut and paste the Thai text and Google Maps will show you where it is. This lake is in the middle of a construction yard. There's a vehicle repair shop on the one side of the lake. You're going to hear hammers and grinders through the day. $25 for a bag of ram, 100 baht a rod. I'm going to do 2 rods, one with ram and one with chicken hearts, because I have seen some good walking catfish in here. I wouldn't mind a walking catfish out today. It's good to mix the ram first thing, as it needs to sit for 5-10 minutes to absorb the water and get an even consistency in it. When mixing the ram, you want to go a little and often. A little bit of water, give it a good stir, take any balls out. Another little bit of water, give it a good stir. And as soon as you get somewhere close, just stop and give it 5 minutes. Wait for the ram to absorb the water. Set your rod up, have a drink, and then you can come back to the ram after 5 minutes, reassess it, and see where you want to be. Okay. Whew, that's the first mix done. As you can see, I've put some suntan lotion on. Make sure you wash your hands afterwards, because you don't want the suntan lotion in the ram. It's very important the first time you mix it that you give it 5 minutes to just sit there, absorb the water, level out, and then you can reassess it. Now this is actually, I'd say, good to go, but it's a little on the dry side. And I found here at this lake that a touch on the wetter side, just keep it on the feeder a little bit longer, helped with the bites the other day. So I'm going to make it just a touch wetter than this, so that the fish have to work a little bit harder to get it. But we're not far off now. Add a bit of water, break it down with your hands, just try and mix it good. Now that's pretty good, I reckon. It's forming a ball, it's quite firm. It's a little bit wetter than I would normally have it, but it's not crazy. It's not making like a clay or anything. It's still going to break up in the water, especially if I give it a light squeeze. I'm not casting it far here. I don't need to squeeze it on hard. It'll make the cast. And hopefully having it just a little bit wetter forces the fish to fight a little bit harder to get it off the feeder. Otherwise it's just falling off the feeder, which can be good at somewhere like Bungsang Ram. But here I want the fish to come up and find the hook. So yeah. So today I'm going to be using the Fudo 2.0 hook, a little bit stronger than your average hook. I've doubled over the braid and fed it through the eye of the hook. Look where the loop meets the shaft, and wrap the opposite way so you don't wrap into the gap. Keeping it so I'm not twisting the braid, I'm letting go of it and I'm getting the wrap side by side by side, all the way down. Want it a bit shorter. Do a few more wraps. Okay, coming back up. At the end of the braid. Feed it through. And there we have the knotless knot, and I've got the loop that I'm just going to put straight onto the swivel. Swivel is here. Big swivel, just because I've got them in my fishing tackle box and I want to use them up. Okay, through there, hook through the loop, pull that down. That's on there, that's on there, all done. Coming down, I'm not using a leader here. This is 4-weave cheap braid. I really don't care that much about it. The feeder that I like, weighted. I've got the float on the quick release so I can go on the bottom if I choose to, and I've tied an elastic band on just up here. I'm probably about 1 meter, 3 foot deep, and that'll be me to start. Very Thai rod rest, old Thai. It does the job. Actually does the job surprisingly well. Good shot. Yeah.
That one. So Ian Charles Watson does the videos as well, by the looks of it.
I think he's doing it for that camping in caravanning. He's a weird bugger. That's got to be a birth defect.
Ian Charles Watson or the Mekong?
That's got to be a birth defect. Look at that. Its body's all. Hang on, let me show you. Its body's all twisted, like an S shape. It's like the fish out of The Simpsons when it was radioactive. It just needs a third eye. Weird one. Make sure you put loads of protection on. The sun's quite hot here.
Red as well.
Yeah, but when that starts to melt off and goes into your eyes,
try not to get it in your eyes.
Try not to get it in your eyes. He rubs it all over his head. That's why I've stopped doing my forehead, because it just runs down into my eyes.
If I close my eyes, it might be all right.
Yeah, but what happens when it melts out and you start sweating?
I'd rather have that.
You still got to do your arms and your legs. Don't forget
I'm more bothered
about
about me place looking like a beetroot for tomorrow.
what happens tomorrow.
Going to see that bird.
Oh. I'm in. Bang on, didn't they? I've only got 2 ones, Dan. How about you do something?
Where's the scale?
Scales are...
What's the net weight?
I don't know, you have to wait.
1.3, isn't it? Well, I don't know whether yours weighs the same as mine, isn't it?
How many do you reckon we're going to have out this afternoon?
10 between us, or 10.
Ah, fucking hell. Yeah, those little scales are horrible in my handle.
43.9 pounds. Guessing it's got itself 4 pounds. Fell off the side. Video ready?
Well, I don't think so. It's going to be at least as big as you. And how's that stuff? The video's already on, mate.
Oh. It's quite heavy, that is.
We've got 2 in there.
Mine is twice the size of yours.
Yeah.
Oh, quite not. I think yours is about the average size and mine's a bit bigger. Oh, fucking mess. Oh, buddy.
This place is a mess. Okay. Two of them. Yours is bigger than mine.
Yeah. Not the only thing. Good hangover cure, isn't it?
Fighting fish. Another one. I think today it's just going to be Mekong.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I didn't really expect anything else. And the average fish
12 kilo, 10, 12
bigger
kilo.
than the bung marrow fish.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Bung marrow is more sway with the odd Mekong. And the odd Mekong in there is more like 10.
But the Mekong are quite small as well, aren't they?
Yeah. This could be a bung marrow Mekong.
Really? It's quite a big one, though.
This could be a big one. And there we go. Another one.
Another one bites the dust.
They don't half fight good in here. It's really, really strong. I'm tired now. I need a bit of rest. hooked in the corner of the corner of the head near the eye. Poor bastard. Oh, there we go, it's out.
It's got to be 10 kilo, isn't it? Palm Tree Lagoon spot, that.
Yeah, it is half.
Not a big one, but
It's very deep bodied. Nice one, another species.
Yep. Okay, that nearly spiked me.
Sorry?
Nearly spiked me. I've seen the fucking.
While I brought it in, I managed to cross, what, 2 other lines that are just stray in the lake. It's a nightmare at some of these Thai fisheries with the amount of stray line. Thank you, Danny. I suppose I'll
Good luck.
untangle that, yeah. So I'm still sorting out my line that's all tangled up over there. Danny's cast in. How many seconds was that, Danny? 10 seconds, and he's on.
Maybe 20. We've got the biggest one of the day as well.
Foul hooked, obviously.
I thought about, from Cameron getting a fish going into one of the bungalows and put it on the bed. So look at this fish there.
Yeah, just somebody bumps them around, so you're putting the fish on the bed. Mind you, they never change the bloody bed sheets there, do they? They never change or wash the bed sheets. Horrible. Oh, 100 batter rod.
Bigger than normal, or?
That's about the same, isn't it? They don't know fight good. They only hooked me in the nose the same as I did. That's it. Careful you don't knock the net in when you slide him in, but yeah. It's not that deep anyway.
Not a very good order, these fish.
No, because we're the only person that's ever brought an unhooking mat down here. Most people are just dropping them on the concrete. Oh, stand up, that's it.
I've got to have to hold a fish.
Yeah, most people aren't bringing an unhooking mat down here. The Thais just lift them up onto the concrete. They get pretty battered pretty quick.
And when they go in the nets, they're tiny little nets, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've got, look, that's from the concrete. Look at that.
Road rash.
See how battered it is? Terrible.
In a few years' time, they'll sell them all to Bungsam around.
I don't think the Bungsam man want them looking like that. You know?
Hi, Danny's only just finished with that Mekong. You can see the unhooking mat still soaking wet. He's cast out another 10 seconds.
Yeah. On the ram, aren't they now?
Yep. It's it was like this the other night. It was thick and fast.
They're all the same size.
Pretty much. You'd hope that you'd find one of
One about
30 kilo in here, but it doesn't seem to be, does it? They're all.
Kilo and stop.
It's as if they were all just basically stocked at the same time and grew at the same
Apparently
rate.
they're in here 70 kilos, but I don't believe that.
Yeah, but that's a Thai 70 kilos, which is like a real maybe 30 kilos. Remember when we asked that guy at the Paku Lake and he was like, yeah, they're up to 100 kilos, and he showed us a fish that was about 25, and we was like, okay, yeah, nice.
Tell you what, this is the biggest shithole in one of the
The lake, yeah.
concrete stones, fish are battered.
But it's close to home.
And it's easy.
It's 100 baht, and if you throw the ram out, you can get the Mekong in, that's for sure. Yeah, blatch on. No. Why, you want it?
Put it back to fight another day. It's not far on, is it?
Yeah, it is. Maybe. Yeah, I think it is. Because I got the first hook got bit off, and I don't think I took the barb off that one. Well done, Dan.
Your fish, can we film it? I think I'm in there, Rick. What do you reckon?
That's great. But don't put that on the video because Quang could watch it. That was me snakehead.
That would have been a good part of the video.
It would have been a good part of the video, and that's why I was looking for the lip grippers. Bastard. Oh. Oh, it's got a funny yellow colour to it.
Yeah.
Bit of yellow fever.
Horrible yellow head. It's a manky piece of. Yeah. I just got fish slapped.
I think I might have got that on the camera.
Yeah.
You got like blood on your face now.
Well, you've got slapped by a fish. Look. I think. Give me a nosebleed.
It's got blood. I don't know if that's your blood or the fish's blood.
It's not from me. It's not from the fish.
That'll serve you right for not holding it properly.
Yeah, so not.
Me and Danny are just having a bit of fun here. Both set to the same depth. Both made the balls out of the ram that we've made. And we're going to cast out basically at the same time just to see who gets the fish.
Cast out at the same time.
You're pink, I'm pink, you're yellow.
I'm yellow, you're pink.
You've got a video, so see which one's going to go first. You've got to cast at the same time.
Well, I don't know if you can cast out at the same time. The way you cast, you'll take my ear off. So you cast out first, not cast out straight up.
Pink or yellow?
Oh, it's me! It's me! I'm so sexy! It's about time I got a bite. You've had the last two, ain't you? 2 or 3. It's going towards your float, mate. It's going towards your float. I think I've hit your float. Sorry. Ooh.
It's got thin shoulders, that's all. That's a Mekong, definitely.
Yeah, it's got the head of a Mekong, but it hasn't got the pads. And
That's
the
a
big
Mekong.
boy we got out of Bung Sam Ran. It had the shape and body of a Mekong, the colour of a sway, and it had pads. He's trying to stab me. When they get bigger, they're not too bad, but that little one, still got a feel off my hand. How many kilos? 6?
More.
Yeah. Okay, again.
Yours twice the size of mine.
Wow, that's what she said.
Nice. Which one do you want?
Oh, bigger one. How are we going to keep them both above the net?
Can't, eh?
Two Mekong, a double. This one's been battered, absolutely battered.
Yours is around getting on to £40, this one.
As I explained at the beginning of the video, this lake isn't a great place to be. It's not particularly clean, it's not a nice environment. But for a 100 batter rod, for 5.5 hours worth of fishing, me and Danny, we managed to take out 24 Mekong, 1 sway and 1 snakehead. The snakehead didn't want to hang around for the photo. I couldn't find my lip grippers, but still a great little lake to have an afternoon's fishing. If you're going to come down looking for the Mekong, you need to bring your own net. If you've got an unhooking mat, that'd be good as well because the bank's concrete here and the fish just get bashed on the concrete. Thanks for watching. See you soon.